My wife and stepdaughter tried to kill me for my life insurance. Now I'm alive, and they're in for a brutal surprise in court. Hello Reddit I+ here. I never thought I'd be the guy saying this, but here it is. My wife and stepdaughter tried to kill me, not metaphorically, literally, for money. I'm 42, and up until about 7 months ago I had what I thought was a decent life. I'd been married to Rebecca for just over 3 years. She had a daughter from a previous relationship, Chloe, who was 19 by then. We weren't super close, but we got along well enough. I helped pay for her community college, let her use my old car, tried to be supportive where I could. Rebecca and I met after my first divorce. She was charming, affectionate, always quick to laugh. We blended our lives quickly. Things were good, or so I believed. About a year ago, Rebecca started talking to me about planning for the future, being responsible. She pushed for us to increase our life insurance policies. I already had one from work, but she said it wasn't enough if something unexpected happened. I agreed. We got new policies. Mine was for $750,000, and she was listed as the sole beneficiary. That was my first mistake. About 5 months ago, I started getting sick. At first, it seemed like a stomach bug, nausea, fatigue, no appetite, but it kept getting worse. I dropped a lot of weight, had trouble concentrating, and even fainted once at work. My doctor ran a bunch of tests, but everything kept coming back inconclusive. I was told it could be stress, maybe a virus, maybe early onset diabetes. No clear answers. At home, Rebecca played the part of the caring wife, made me smoothies, brought me meals in bed, always had some new herbal remedy she read about online. I trusted her, but things didn't add up. I'd start to feel a little better on weekends when I skipped her smoothies or meals. Then I'd get worse again during the week. I brushed it off until one day I passed out completely in the kitchen and woke up in the hospital. That hospital visit saved my life. The ER doctor noticed something was off. He ran a more detailed toxicology panel, and they found traces of ethylene glycol, a chemical found in antifreeze. It was in small, repeated doses. Someone had been poisoning me. Slowly. Intentionally. The police were brought in. That's when everything started unraveling. Turns out Rebecca had made a call to the insurance company the day before I collapsed. She wanted to confirm the payout timeline in case something happened. That raised flags. The police searched our house. They found antifreeze stored in a water bottle in the garage refrigerator, hidden behind old groceries. They also recovered texts between Rebecca and Chloe. The messages weren't always clear, but they were suspicious. It's working. He's weak today. Soon. Start looking at apartments. Even worse? They found a second life insurance application, forged with my signature, with Rebecca listed as both the owner and beneficiary. She had tried to double up. It all became painfully clear. She'd been poisoning me with small doses in my drinks, probably for weeks. And Chloe was in on it. Whether she actively helped or just knew and kept quiet doesn't matter. They planned it together. The goal? Cash in and start over. The scariest part? If I hadn't collapsed when I did, I would have died. Quietly. In my sleep, or alone at home. They would have cremated me fast, collected the money, and walked away. But I lived. Rebecca and Chloe were arrested 2 weeks later and charged with attempted murder, insurance fraud, and conspiracy. The evidence was overwhelming. Texts, financial records, my medical reports, and the toxicology findings. The trial hasn't happened yet, but they're both being held without bail. Their lawyers are already trying to negotiate plea deals, but my lawyer says we have a solid case. Physically, I'm recovering. Emotionally, that's harder. I keep asking myself how I didn't see it. How did I sleep next to someone who could plan my death over dinner? I'm living in a different town now, trying to put the pieces back together. I've started therapy, and I'm back to work part-time. I've also reconnected with my brother, who's been a huge support. I don't know what justice will ultimately look like, but I'm alive. That's something they didn't plan for. And now, they'll have to face everything they tried to run from. The court date finally came. I sat in that courtroom and watched Rebecca walk in with her lawyer, looking pale and worn down. Chloe wouldn't even look at me. I didn't expect her to. The prosecution laid out everything: texts, bank activity, toxicology reports. The jury didn't need long. Rebecca took a plea deal, 25 years. Chloe got 12 since she was 19 and involved, but not the one actually poisoning me. I didn't feel joy hearing the sentence. Just closure. Now I'm focusing on getting better. I moved closer to my brother, switched careers, started fresh. It still hits me some nights, how close I was to dying, and at the hands of people I thought loved me, But I'm alive, and they're behind bars. That's enough for now.